Now, as with every single international tournament, EMEA always comes in as one of the strongest regions, if not the strongest region.
Ultimately, I think we've still got something to prove. Like last time around, things didn't look particularly good. North America managed to take the win. We even saw like Brazil really step up, and even Asia as well, having a couple of teams within the top 4. It makes a huge difference to the dynamic of Masters in general. That's the excitement when it comes into a Masters event, and I'm hoping that this slow, methodical style of EMEA will work.
I think EMEA have always been known as the big brain strategy, meta-defining region. I think up until this year, I would definitely agree with that. I think we were ahead when it comes to strategies.
This is us bigging ourselves up. We're like, okay, we're sending Fnatic, we're sending FPX, we're sending Guild. We believe in these 3 teams.
Most of these players will be like wildcards because they haven't played on LAN, so they can either upset or pop off. You know, you never know how it's going to be, so it's hard to face people that have never played on LAN because they can be very annoying to play against.
If they don't succeed this time, well, EMEA will be knocked off that pedestal, and NA, Brazil, Asia, they're going to be the ones that are taking our place.
Everyone wants to win, but for them, it's like the thing that they need to do right now.
For me, APAC is one of the best regions. We gotta stop underestimating them. They can definitely run with the big boys of EMEA and NA.
Maybe look at a Paperex with how aggressive they are and how in your face they are. Pretty much the entirety of the squad. Bankai, I think, has been a rock, fantastic in-game leader, but I think that they have incredible set plays. I think maybe they do that better than anyone.
I remember there was like, they're playing whatever it works. Like, that's how they're playing.
They're out of the box and they're exciting, and I think that I don't think anybody can match their playstyle. I think you almost have to try and counter it by slowing yourself down because they're going to be so up in your face quite regularly.
And I would not be surprised if one of the winners of Masters or even champions this year comes from an APAC team. Japan is an interesting one. I think Japan's the one that's had the potential that people were definitely underestimating, and Zeta made a hell of a run at Reykjavik. They didn't make it this time, so I think Japan is definitely a bit of a wild card.
I think that North Epsion are an exciting team, a very direct team, a team that definitely has some stars within them. Their playstyle is one that I think could catch some teams off guard because most of the time you are seeing default set executes lurks.
They also have like structure. They play a lot of set strats, for example.
They're very fast, very aggressive into the site and just looking to get up in your face, and I think that's going to be very difficult to play against.
I think LATAM, you know, they're always sending crew. Crew is LATAM.
A lot of the time, I don't think their playstyle makes sense. I think you've got players like Kesnit who, if he's in the zone, can almost just bully people out of the server.
The individual players are like shining the most in those regions.
Leviathan as well, who've managed to beat out the likes of Crew finally to show themselves on an international stage.
And also a region that brings a lot of firepower. Brazil, they love their esports, they love their FPS games especially, and they're proving that once again in Valorant. They have a super team now, one that everybody should be scared of.
Yeah, Loud are definitely one of the most exciting prospects. I think going from an unside team to basically doing the work themselves and grafting, of course, definitely a team to fear going into the tournament.
Brazilians are the most aggressive ones, I feel like, and the most mechanically, I feel like skilled ones, like individually.
Brazilian region for me, it's like the passion play style.
Don't underestimate that fan buff because it got them really far last time, and I hope some Brazilian fans are able to travel to Copenhagen because I think that would really make the atmosphere and take it to another level. Korea has always kind of sent just Vision Strikers with DRX. Obviously in the past they sent Newton as well, but it's always been DRX.
Korea region is like more the strategies, the calm play style. They're playing like a lot as a team.
DRX, another squad that is very good at having those set executes, but can sometimes miss a little bit when it comes to the sort of mid-round interplay.
I mean, Korea, of course, is the most structured and most disciplined one because they like to work hard and just to show very high discipline by just playing the game a lot and just playing off people's mistakes.
Guys, it's too easy!
When they were Vision Strikers, I would say that they were probably the definition, the epitome of that style of Valorant, and I think they still are. I like to make jokes about NA. That's mainly because I see NA as our biggest competitor.
Oh my god, my dog! You know me, fam!
People kind of thought they had great aimers, they had great teams, but they couldn't really have the top level strategy the way that EMEA and maybe Korea had. I don't think that is true anymore.
Optic, in my opinion, they're like playing like a lot of different play styles.
You have to obviously go for the likes of someone like Ye, but Marved has been such a strong controller for such a long time. I think just people have caught up to the pack.
They evolved, like more people are playing a bit more. For example, like they're investing more to figure out their playstyle, and there's teams that are upsetting tier 1 teams.
In NA now, every single team is bringing something to the table. They're really carving out their own playstyle identity, and they have a lot to bring.
I got one thing to say and one thing only. Wreck the set, baby! Let's go!
And I am a little bit afraid, but I'm not too afraid.
I do think, though, in all honesty, that we are one of the contenders. I think Fnatic are playing so well at the moment. I think FPX have some real potential to do some damage. And Guild, I think a lot of people are underestimating. So I think we've sent some really strong squads.
The main thing will be for every team is like the confidence, which are ready to win this tournament.
EMEA, they need to win another trophy. Otherwise, I don't have an excuse anymore to say we are the best. So purely for selfish reasons, please, boys, go out there and bring us another trophy home. You've done it before. I believe in you. You can do it again.